So today we will discuss about the parking lot problem, and it's a very common design question. So here we will try to understand like how we should approach such design questions and what is the expectation when we solve such questions. So I will show you the caveats which is expected. So yeah, so before we start any design question, the first and foremost thing is to have a clear requirement setup. Once we have the requirement clear, then we can deep dive into the high level component which the design should look like. And once we have closed on the components, then we can focus on an individual component and dive deep into the LLD of the component. Once we have dived deep into the LLD of the component, then we can go on to have the coding done of that, so that and then that closes up the design. And there can be, so the important thing to note here is we should be using the OOPS design patterns, and try to use in show the use cases, so that will showcase like how much we are familiar with the usual problems, already solved problems, right? The solutions of already solved problems, correct? So moving ahead, so I will now discuss about like the use cases which I for a parking lot. So what I have done is, so I have broken down the use case onto subsections, right? So this helps us to very easily classify the use cases. So first is, what's the parking lot use case? So parking lot use case, it says it has has many slots. So okay, so each so what is a slot? A slot is a place where the vehicle will stand. Okay, so a slot can have be different and vehicle specific, 2-4 cycle or by electric. Parking lot can be multi-storied. Admin can update the slot number. Okay, billing use case. Each slot has charged based on the type of the vehicle, and it's charged hourly. Okay, e-vehicles additional or separate charges structures as we need to encompass for the electricity consumed, including the space occupied. Okay, and admin can update the charge of a ticket. Okay, now for the ticket use case, user need to cut a ticket or token to enter the parking lot. User should have a valid identity. User should park the vehicle at a designated place in the ticket. The ticket system should inform the user if the slot are present or not. Okay, so this is the use case. Now we are very clear, have a clear definition like what is the expectation here with this design. And there can be other changes, right? There can be some other considerations which the interviewer wants to focus on, saying that okay, the charging should be very much so there will be different charging schemes, or there can be like for the, it can be or if they want to extend the parking lot from a single place to a region wise, like currently we haven't taken consideration of any region. So what if there is a single parking service, but it is being used in multiple different section areas, right? So how to leverage a different design, it will totally depend on what is the scope in which the design was decided. So this is the this is one such scenario where I've scoped my design. Okay, now moving ahead, we will see what all entities are interacting. So this is the very high level design of the parking lot. So we have an admin, we have a user, and we have a ticket issuer. Admin has the action of modifying a slot, adding and removing a card issuer, and modifying the parking rate. User issues a ticket, makes a payment, and scans a ticket. Ticket issuer registers a user, scans a ticket, and makes a payment. And here we have focused makes a payment on the cash mode only. The parking lot service, the parking lot service calls three components. It has a registry service, it has a payment service, and a ticket system. The registry service takes care of all the registration of the user, the ticket issuer, and what all permissions they will be having. it will also take care of the authentication. Suppose they have to suppose the ticket issuer has to be removed from the validation, so that from the login, so they can so that can be taken care in the registry service. Okay, so that is the part of the registry service. And moving ahead, we have a payment service. So the payment service, it is solely it solely manages the payment of the user. So that will be very agnostic, where we will tell the what is the amount and what is the payment method. Okay, and it will make the payment, and if it can validate the payment is successful or not. So so if you think from this design, what I am very much focusing on is which I will explain you later when I will be explaining the designs of individual components, is so these are completely separate broaden design in itself. Okay, so now once I so let's go ahead with the ticket system. So ticket system, it's very basic. It will create a ticket, get a ticket, and calculate the amount. Okay, for this discussion, I will focus on the ticket system and its interaction with the data store. Okay, so the LLD of the ticket system. So the client, so the way I will explain the LLD is from the top down approach. Okay, so so this is what I feel whenever we see a design, we should see the 1000 feet, like what we are seeing at a 1000 feet level. So there will be only 2-3 components, and when we deep dive into each components, we will see separate more components, right? So based on that notion, so at the top layer, what I see, the customer facing is a ticket facade. A ticket facade is a very basic entity, and that will hide all the complex computations within it, and it will showcase only a simple feature, which we will explain later. The ticket facade is implemented in ticket facade impl, and it has two attributes. It has ticket store and slot store. So the ticket facade calls the ticket store. Ticket store is a singleton instance, and it stores itself, stored its own instance. Ticket store has a list of tickets, and it has a ticket state. Ticket state is an enum, and it has a start and end time, and it has a slot ID. Ticket facade also has a slot store. Slot store has a list of slots, and it's also a singleton instance, where it stores an instance of itself. A slot is a slot has its the slot ID, unique identifier, a vehicle type, and a ticket ID. Okay, so that to know in which slot, if the slot is being occupied or not, so we will come to know from the ticket ID. Okay, here we have kept the ticket ID as optional. It can be like it's totally upon to the user's implementation. That can be null also. So basically, when the ticket is not so the object, the ticket instance is created, but it is not written into the DB. In that instance, the ID will be empty. That won't be the case in the slot, because slot we know that there will be a limited amount of slot which is already present, and we will always query onto the slots. Okay, so that's the two difference. So that's why I've given an optional. So because when the ticket instance is created, so the state of the ticket will be in the pending state, and that time the ID won't be there. Once the ticket is created, that the state of the ticket will be changed, and that time the ID will be there. So based on different state of the ticket, that's why I kept it as a ID as optional. Now the slot, it has a vehicle type. The vehicle type is an enum, and in the vehicle type we have the billing strategy. So the billing strategy, so based on the vehicle, it showcases if it is a e-vehicle, we have the e-vehicle billing. But if it's other vehicles, it can have hour billing or no billing, based on the billing strategy which we choose at the time. And this is an extending design, where we can have a separate billing based on the user's discretion. Like tomorrow they can have a new billing strategy, and we can easily encompass to our enum, and that is good to go. Rather than so that is a very clean design of and we created an open and close. We restored the open and close principle in the design. Okay, so moving ahead, and why to have in a enum? So basically, in this we can see that this is very helpful, so that we are not creating new instances every time, and with the help of this flyweight pattern, and we are always reusing the existing vehicle type every time whenever a new slot is getting created and used. Okay, so now since we have discussed the LLD in a very top fashion, let's go to the code. So I will completely close it down. So this is the parking lot. So in the parking lot, what we will see, the components like the ticket system, the payment, and the authentication. Currently, I'm using the application for my testing. It will be replaced by the parking service in the future. This is now exposing ticket facade, which is an interface, and in the future it will also expose payment facade and authentication facade, which will be the interface, and the implementations will be inside. Moving ahead, so the first thing is ticket facade implementation. The implementation, it says it has a ticket store and a slot store. Okay, and and then we have create ticket, get ticket, calculate amount, and paid ticket. Okay, so the create ticket, it says whenever we get a vehicle type, it checks if there is a slot present. If there is a slot present, then we go to the ticket store and store the ticket, and also in the slot store that there is a ticket assigned to this slot, and then we return back the ticket. Get ticket is normal, it just to validate like what is this. So this can be the implements of scan ticket. Calculate amount, it will the ticket system will take the ticket ID and the end time when it is checking out, and then it will calculate and give the data. Okay, and the paid ticket, this can be called from, this will be called from the parking service, where once the calculated amount is paid by, and it will trigger an event where it says that the paid ticket, where the ticket will be marked as paid, and the state of the ticket will change to paid, and then the and it will be stored. Okay, so now we move ahead. So we have a vehicle type. So the vehicle type is an enum, where we have the unit cost of and unit. We have made it very loosely coupled to not make it hourly. It's a unit based on the what is the strategy it wants to use as a unit. It can be like minute billing, or it can be second billing. It's totally depends upon the strategy which we use, and why we have choose this pattern such that we don't create every time a new instance, and that's why an enum is a very good opportunity which we see here, and that's why we are moving with this design here. So here in the so I will go to the implementation. So basically in e-vehicle, it takes the unit, what is the unit cost, it is the start and end time. So here like I have taken by minutes, and then I have calculated the unit cost. Okay, so and then this can be and similarly for the hours billing, it takes for the duration hours and calculates the unit cost, and then it calculates the cost and it returns back to the caller. Okay, so in this way we can see the use case of the vehicle type. Now we moving ahead, we see the stores implementation. So in the ticket store, what we see is it's a singleton implementation, and it has only basic read and write queries. So the read ticket, it takes the ticket ID and gets to the store and gets to the ID. It stores the ID to the ticket, and what is the ID here? So it has the hash code as the ID of the ticket. Okay, so it says if the ID is present, then you just add the updated ticket to the store. If not, then get the ID and then update the ID to the ticket, and then at the first, when the ID is not there, the state of the ticket is pending, and then it changes to created. One more interesting pattern to note here is the clone. So every time I'm creating a prototype of the ticket. Why we require to create that? So basically, suppose if we are not doing this, then if anywhere in the code base they can use the same ticket instance and update the ID, set an ID or set any state, and that will actually make a change in the store itself, because that is the same instance of the ticket which is getting updated. So to prohibit that, we are creating the prototype every time we make any changes to the exposed instances. Okay, so there we saw a good opportunity of using the prototype pattern here. So moving ahead, we see like how the ticket instance is created. So we see that we have ID, slot ID, start and end, and ticket, and we have publicly exposed ticket instance, ticket where we take slot and start date, and we assign pending, and the ID is not present. And so we have private constructors here. These are so the private constructor, basically this creates the complete ticket, and then these private constructors first creates the ticket, and first clones the ticket and then updates the ticket. Okay, and that's the implementation of the cloning of the ticket and getting the new ticket. We can see an improvement in the code base here, and that's an opportunity for the users here. So we see there is lot of use of the existing constructors. So given this design issue, how to solve this? What can be done so that we can create a custom object where based on the use case we are updating a instance. My recommendation would be to have a look on the builder pattern, and moving ahead, there is a so there is a slot store. So slot store, I have kept this open for the viewer to make this as a singleton instance, and here I have created a very basic state where I have added the like the slot details here. Now here we see another opportunity. So since it is very hard coded in fashion here, what would have other what other we could have done here is basically one thing, since we have already discussed in our design that the changes in the slot will be handled by the admin. So can it be a separate config store? A config store basically will be managed by the admin, and at the runtime the slot store will always query the config store to get the current slot, and then it will basically use the size of the store accordingly. Right. So we see an opportunity to separate the implementation of what will be the slot data. Okay, and we can abstract out the data into a separate implementation. Okay, and then we can use it here. Okay. I will ask the viewers to have a look onto the bridge pattern once to make an implementation change here. Okay, moving ahead, then in the slot store, it sees if there's any available slot or not. For the availability of the slot, what it checks is if the for the given slot, if any ticket ID is present or not, and if it's not present, then the slot is the slot's vehicle type is the type of the vehicle which is queried for. Okay, there is one get slot which is normal querying of the slot. Reset slot, as the name suggests, it will take the slot ID and remove the ticket from it. Add ticket, it will add a ticket to it. Okay, so moving ahead, we see that the same limitation, the same implementation which we had for the ticket. It's and it's having the like removing of the ticket and setting of the ticket in the slot. Okay, and it's using again it's using the prototype pattern here itself again. um, Moving ahead, yeah, so there was this is the ticket states which I have kept as an enum, which is used by the ticket store ticket model. Moving ahead, so when I discussed about the vehicles design, so vehicle type, so there is so the strategies are kept in the billing, where we have so the billing has a single functionality, which is to calculate, and it is being implemented by the three strategies here. So yeah, so this is the very basic implementation, where I quickly explained like how to deal such design questions, and mostly I try to cover like how to use the OOPS principle, and how to break down the problem, and how to present the problem, so that the interviewer can have a very detailed information, like what is the thought process going on in the mind of the developer who is actually explaining the situation. So this is very so that's how I close it. So yeah, let me know if there is any doubts, and like if there is any more call outs, and yeah, I will be